Ekaabo, welcome back to Ketus Connect, where we connect you with authentic African spirituality to help you unlock your spiritual reality. So today we're going to be speaking on a topic, and the name of the topic is parenting. But wait, not just any regular type of parenting. We're talking about parenting to help you not to breed these tyrannical, sweet, loving your children that you love, but they become tyrannical and almost threatening and detrimental to themselves, really. But they become detrimental to the family, detrimental to the home, because they become so aggressive. And it's like, how did you breed a child like this? How did you raise a child like this? And this is an issue that I've seen in many families a lot. Now, if you look at this from a psychological perspective, let's look at just one development theory. Look at development of the id, the superego, and the ego. Where the id is just about seeking pleasure. I want what I want and I have to get what I get. Which a lot of us are like, you go to a line and your id is telling you immediately, cut to the front of the line. But then there's the ego that tries to get things in a realistic way by saying, okay, I just got here, there's a line in front of me, I can't just cut in front of them. And I can say this, we all agree that sometimes the id takes over and we just do things by just wanting to do them. And we do them how we want to do them. But then there's also development of the superego, which is all operating on moral conscience. But because of the way some children are raised, their superego doesn't develop enough. So that moral conscience is non-existent and starts eating on the family, eating on the family structure and system. So enough of a psychological perspective, let's see what Ifa has to say about this. What does the knowledge of our ancestors say about parenting, and how can we assist children, parents, to be better and not be detrimental to themselves and detrimental to their family? And for this, I'm going to call on some special backup, but he doesn't seem to be around right now. So I'm calling on Oluwo Olatunji Somorin. But in order for us to get him, I think I'm going to have to use our special call. I think he's out in the market or something.
Babalawo! Oh! Mujaye!
Ekaabo! Ekaabo, Baba. So we are here, we are welcoming our special guest today, Oluwo Olatunji Somorin. Thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. Today the topic is parenting. We are looking at how can parents not breed these children that become so detrimental to themselves. They become aggressive, they start eating at the home, and they become so aggressive, they just do nothing all day. They are getting older, almost 18, 19, 20, and they're doing nothing with their life. How does it start? How can parents stop it? How can children stop it? These are all the ways we want to attack this question. But firstly, just give us, is this really an issue? Do you have any experience with this issue at all?
Interestingly, something like that crop up today.
Okay.
Yes. A parent came and was talking about how this child of her own was always on the game, using the computer, does not come out to help, and so on and so forth, and is almost becoming a monster, quote and unquote, in the house. And I just tell the parents that I am not blaming you. You are not at fault. So the fault is on so many sides. And I said, okay, what happened is that you have to go and call the child. You want the child to help you, you have to go and call the child. And I said, who among us as elders that come out on our own every time to help our parents?
Okay, you stick a pin there, Baba. You see exactly what he said, that all of us at some point are children. We're not saying that you don't come out to help, but who among us will just come out every single time, every single day? They may exist, but they're in the very, very, very small minority. So you literally have to go and call your child to help out, not just sit there and say, so why can't he come out and help me when I'm here and I'm working, he sees me working? No, ask for help, ask for assistance. And after you are asking over and over, it will slowly become a habit, the same way that the game became a habit. Yes, Baba, go on.
That is the point. So parents have to ask their child for help. And when you ask them for the help, the child will come to realize you need the help, and they will be giving it. Right. Don't forget, you are already a loving father or mother. So when you ask for the help, they will help you. Right. And I will give you an example. There is a proverb in the part of the world where I was born and grew up.
Right.
And it goes this way. Ìyà ò jẹ́ olóògbọ́n.
Wow.
Ta ni olùkọ́
I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to put that right here so you can see it. Baba, can you please repeat us one more time?
Ìyà ò jẹ́ olóògbọ́n. Ta ló olùkọ́ ẹgbọ́n ẹ̀? Kí ni olùkọ́ ọgbọ́n ẹ̀?
Ìyà ò jẹ́ olóògbọ́n. So what does this proverb mean?
Okay. What it means basically, not trying to translate directly, is that you cannot be wise without having an experience. You claim to be knowledgeable and become an expert. Where, how, when have you done it? How many times have you fallen down in the course of standing up for you to now be able to stand up very well? You have to have a teacher, and your teacher is your experience. You do it first time, second time, you didn't get it right, you do it again and again. That is the idea. Meaning learning how to do it, trying to stand up, falling down. Trying to raise it up, dropping down. But when you do it again and again, you will perfect it. You will know why it is falling down, and that is your teacher that teach you the experience, that the pain that you go through, the failures that you first had before you pass, is your real thing.
Look at that. And so, if you look at how Baba put it across to you, literally the word iya that he was mentioning, literally if you look at the word iya, it can come across as suffering, pain, trials and tribulation, which a lot of parents are trying to shield their children from. But without the trial, without the tribulation, how are you going to become wise? The saying says, iya oje olóògbọ́n.
Ta lolùkọ́ ọgbọ́n ẹ̀? Who is your teacher?
Who is your teacher if you didn't go through that trial and tribulation? So for example, I remember a couple weeks ago, I believe, there was a parent and a child that came here, and I believe the child was trying to put a cup on the table, and the parent went to say, don't put the cup there, don't put the cup there. But I believe you said, no, let the child go ahead and put the cup there, because when you put the cup there, the cup falls down, the child will know, okay, maybe I can put the cup here. Wow.
That is, you have to give the child the experience, and the only way is to let them learn. Let me share with you an example with my daughter. Okay, my daughter, I would take her to school, or the mother would take her, or will hire a driver. One day I said, daughter, I'm going to take you to Port of Spain one day, and I will pretend as if I want to go and do something in another store. I will leave you in that store. I will make sure you have enough money on you, and you have your phone, you have credit on it, but I will disappear. When you call me, Daddy, where you are? I say, find yourself home. I am home.
Wow.
We laugh at it, we make joke, but I tell her, this is how you are going to know how to get home whenever, wherever anything happens. Mommy and Daddy may not be able to pick you up every time. You need to be able to jump up on the transportation system and get home. And you're going to learn a lot in doing that. And I did that for her one day.
You did it?
Yes, I did it for her, and she got home. That is true life experience. That is how to raise a child. That is how to give the child the experience. And in the experience, they become better and better. I'm sure my daughter can very well travel back home to Nigeria or leave Nigeria to go to any part of the world with that experience.
And because if you look at, I remember there was a time, daughter is talking about my sister, that there was a time where if you ever spoke to her about traveling, she's like, traveling? No, I will come if I come and pick me up. But because of what Baba did here, she now is so comfortable, she can literally leave from country to country, because she knows all I have to do is ask a question. Walk out to somebody that looks like they're in authority, ask them a question. How do I get here? How do I get to this gate? Simply by letting her travel here, by not putting the pampering, by taking out the pampering a little bit. And it's not like he caused her to suffer too much. He told her that he's going to do this, jokingly, laughed. And then one day, just did it. Just said, I'm going to come back. And she's like, okay, bye, Baba, bye, see you later. And it was really, bye, see you later.
And already took her to such places. If you are here, this is where to get the public transport. This is where you queue online. And you have the numbers of some drivers you can call to pick you up, depending on the situation. So you give them the tools. Teach them how to use the tools. Give them the opportunity to practice using the tools.
And that is one thing there. Also now, moving on to another thing where an experience I remember, I don't know if you may remember, where when we were growing up as a child, you normally get money to go to school to eat and stuff. And on this day, Baba said, no money today. And I was like, what? How am I going to survive today without any money? He said, no money. And I said, okay, you know what? Take $2.